3, 2, 1.
The weird thing about American Pie, and this isn't a bit. I had this conversation with Tori today. I don't know why it just occurred to me. The weird thing about American Pie is not just that he fucked that pie. I thought it was weird the way he fucked that pie. Because here's the thing. If you're going to put your penis in a pie, you know that pie is garbage now. So take it to your room. You know what I'm saying? And make love to it. He mounted it missionary style on the kitchen counter. It's so weird.
It is a little weird.
Like, and again, I don't know how intimate we want this podcast to be. I don't relate to the impulse to have sex with a pastry.
No.
Even at my
nor I.
most animalistic teenage boy, shit gets weird. I never wanted to have sex with a pie. But if I was gonna, it wouldn't be missionary. The whole point of a pie is that it's handleable. You bring the pie to you.
Bring the pie to you.
I know this has nothing to do with anything.
Great way to open it.
It's just a great way to open our first one
We're
back.
Happy 2023.
The first thing we did on the podcast this year. If you're gonna have sex with a pie,
Why missionary?
I'm saying
It shouldn't be.
you would. I mean, I don't want to. We all know how you would do it, though.
Right.
I don't want to be crass.
You do a doggy style.
Exactly. All three of us know you get a hand on each side of the pie, and you work the pie.
You work the pie.
Don't let the pie work you.
Well, this episode is starting off excellent.
Also, a pie's not that deep, Jason Biggs. I'm just
It's not. Is it going to poke through? Is it going to dent it?
I'm
You're gonna
saying
have to fold
he's
it?
on top of a pie. A pie's like that deep.
Hold it. I don't know. Logistically, it's just a nightmare.
Yeah.
I think we can agree. Anyway.
Maybe I thought of it because I made a pecan pie. Thought you could never have sex with this.
Well, it'd be a hard crust to get through.
I'm saying. And a hard top.
So,
Packers Minute.
yeah, so Packers Minute. The reason why my voice is gone is I was at the game yesterday. Brought home a
Screaming.
W for everybody.
Thank
you for that.
That was the crazy. I'll be honest. Probably top 5 in-person game that I've ever been to.
Good game.
I've
It
had
was
it
all
all.
because of the way it started.
Yes.
Where the last cold game that I was at in my seats, a field goal block led to disaster, and a punt.
I thought for sure, like, oh, this is how we're doing it.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh my god! You could collectively, when you've gone to enough games, you can collectively feel the dread
Yeah.
in the air. And when they got that stop and kept it to a field goal, you're like, okay, that was actually pretty big. And then, boom, kick return. Which, mind you, I have to find a TV replay because I saw the replay of it, and that sky cam when he's running into the end zone, like I'm up in that area and I'm in the aisle, and I am like, what? Get going! And I'm like running and like in the aisle, and I'm like, if that shot is up there,
Yeah, maybe
there's
anyway.
definitely me in the aisle screaming like a crazy person.
I hope.
But I've never heard in a while. I haven't heard the stadium just completely fucking explode during that touchdown like that. And I will say, for people who aren't familiar with my personal Packer fandom,
Are you a Packer fan?
I am a Packer fan. Yes.
Would have never guessed.
I
saw like a TV show about it or anything.
I am usually a little bit more realist / side of negative.
You're a pessimist.
But I love being wrong.
Indeed.
I fucking love being wrong about the Packers. I fucking love it. Like, 2% chance after they lost the Eagles, reasonably saying, well, they're done. It doesn't make sense. They're not going to win 5 in a row, but lo and behold, plus the 6 other outcomes they've needed from other teams, which is unbelievable.
But also, do you know what you were right about, and what I think we were right about, and what I think a lot of people were right about? I think that win yesterday, and I'm not saying anything about anything, I'm just saying that win yesterday, almost anybody could have been at the quarterback position.
yeah, Rodgers
And we
did
would
not
have won
play
it
well.
the same. And I thought yesterday was a good look at, like, if we were somehow in a position to move forward with a decent quarterback, a fine quarterback, which I think Jordan Love very well could be, or better.
Starter.
And we were able to keep a lot of these other position players.
Yeah.
I think we'd be just fine.
Well, look at the NFC right now.
Sure.
Like
Right.
it's just a jumbled mess after the top three, and we just beat one of the top three by 24 points.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's all
Lots
about
to be
streaks.
hopeful about.
It's all about streaks. It's all about getting hot at the right time. I'm not saying that they can go in and roll through the playoffs because they have to play the Lions, and the Lions are a very good team.
Yes.
Who is also quite hungry.
So Darius Smith is a douchebag.
That is correct. He's a douchebag.
You know
He's a
what's
villain.
funny about?
He's a villain.
I don't know the guy. Maybe he's not. But you know what I find notable? To be that pouty when you know you're on TV right now. Like, it's one thing, like, in private, if you bump into someone that you don't like and you make it clear, like, hey, I don't like you. But it's another thing when you're like, 75,000 people all around here, and it's on TV, and I'm still going to suck my thumb for 3.5 hours. And you...
Every Packer fan probably should have had a little bit of a concern about him after he just decided not to play run defense in the 2019 NFC Championship game. Just stopped playing run defense. Like, just gave up, just stopped. And then got called out for it. And then...
Oh, apparently I didn't see it, but I think it was Tom Grassi who said that Jefferson said Alexander should have received a taunting penalty
After
for
he
doing the
did
gritty.
Yeah.
I mean, I did think it was kind of douchey.
No, I love it.
It's fine.
If he's going to do it after he scores a touchdown,
You got to take the
Yep,
right. If you're
fucking
going to do it
take it.
after every touchdown, and
Sure.
that's your, well, in the week before, Jair breaks up gets that pick over Waddle and does the Waddle. Like, you know, it pisses these guys off. It clearly got in Jefferson's head, very clearly.
He was also having all kinds of, like, traction problems. He was sliding all over the
Okay,
place.
so that's my other topic.
Conspiracy stuff.
Did you guys see this?
I haven't read it, but
Texted
I'm
you
hearing
guys.
it.
So there's an actual, like, if you're not on Reddit, I have a couple things on Reddit that I just follow. They're kind of fun. There's a lot of good jokes and dad jokes and shit on there. But one of the things that I always look at sports Reddit from the visiting teams, and there is a very real conspiracy from Vikings Nation right now that the Packers field was overwatered and that the Vikings didn't have the heads up of what cleats to use.
Well, here's that were true. They got after
it's
the
like-
first quarter, the second quarter, the third quarter. Isn't that a heads up?
Well, or the fact they both play on the same field and you can change your shoes whenever the fuck you want.
Well, I mean,
That's
they were even saying, the announcers during the game were saying that the Vikings hadn't played on
Since
grass
November.
in like weeks and weeks and weeks.
Well, it's
Yeah.
absolutely hilarious. One last Viking story. So this is a proud dad moment. So we were at Sarah's grandma's for Christmas stuff, and I'm like in the kitchen, and then I overhear Fox's cousin say, "I really like the Vikings. I'm a Vikings fan." And Fox goes, "What? You can't like the Vikings? They've never even won anything." That's awesome. He's like, no, seriously. Why would you ever like the Vikings? They don't even have any championships. And I'm just sitting here not saying anything, and I'm like laughing and nodding my head. And I'm like, attaboy.
Beautiful.
Was there any other Packers take? Adam, what have you seen on
I had a question for you guys. So obviously, second half of the Dolphins and this game, the defense was great.
Yep.
Yes.
What do you think, if the defense keeps doing well, what do you think the situation with Joe Barry is going to be at the end of the season?
Right now, I think he saved his job.
You think so?
I think
he did.
if they have a strong end of season coupled with his friendship with LaFleur,
I don't think he's
yeah,
going
I don't
anywhere.
think. I think people are less inclined to make any changes, especially coaching changes, if the season ends respectably.
Yeah.
Right.
The only scenario in which I think he isn't back is if they lose this week and they give up 35, 40 points to the Lions, who are good. Then I think it's like, well, then he only really had a good game and a half.
Sure.
Right? I mean, they kind of underperformed for the whole year, basically.
Right.
I mean, they had a good playoff game against the 49ers. They played well.
Like
Well, that's
they-
what
they stick with guys
that's what
forever.
worries me is, he's going to come out and have a few good games. Granted, it's the good time to do it.
Yep.
Sure.
But do we want to go through another horrific season again and wait how many months for it to be good again?
I think it's gonna. Well, I think he should have never gotten hired to begin with.
Agreed.
His track record was terrible. But anyway, no one would have thought we were going to be here a month ago.
Meaningful football.
Meaningful football
In January.
One more week. We got two things. We could conspiracy, yeah or no. Crunchy corner.
Hey, what you got?
We'll
talk about that later.
Just so everyone's aware, Her's creamy ranch and habanero.
Ooh.
So
Have you done the Doritos roulette? Do you know about this? It's a bag. It says Doritos roulette on the bag. And
get the fuck out of here.
Some of them are just crazy hot, and some are just nacho cheese ones. I'll bring them next week.
I like that.
I mean, what's crazy hot though? Oh, hey, how about this?
Yeah.
It's a grievance. It's a nice short one, and it's not timely because it's holiday related.
Okay.
And I can't believe we didn't talk about this because I'm positive that you both have a similar situation.
Shoot.
The traditional annual Merry Christmas with a fuck you vibe after you say Happy Holidays to someone.
Oh yeah.
I got one. Did you guys? I get at least one every year, and I got mine in like 2 days before Christmas at a gas station. I held the door for this old lady, and she said thank you, and I said Happy Holidays because it was like the middle of Hanukkah. It's a couple days before Kwanzaa. We got New Year's coming right down the barrel, and Christmas. There are more than one holiday. It's just nice. And she goes, Merry Christmas. I went, oh,
Okay.
yikes.
Okay.
That'll show him. And I always wonder, like, can you imagine if a Jewish person did that to you? If you walked up to someone and were like, hey, Merry Christmas, man. And he went,
Happy Hanukkah.
But they don't because they're cool.
Yeah.
It's just my favorite vibe. And it's always someone that like, oh.
It's a how dare you change what I want to
Right.
call it.
Be cordial to me, will ya? Fuck you.
Accommodate me.
And it's usually like religious people.
Oh, totally.
So like
That's
their love
exactly
of
what it
Jesus
is.
has made them this angry at a Quick Trip at a man who held the door for
It's
them.
the same people who get mad if you type out Xmas. How fucking dare you?
Isn't it amazing how the love thy neighbor piece just sneaks out in most social situations?
Right.
I have something to bring up to you. I don't know if you saw it, and I don't know how old this is, but I saw Bruce Willis on a talk show flat out saying Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
We'll clip it.
People are wrong about all kinds of stuff. That's fine.
Even the guy who was in it
Right.
is wrong about it.
If it's not a Christmas movie, why do I have a Die Hard Christmas?
I'm not
ornament?
backing him up. I just wanted to relay the information.
Well, I think Bruce Willis is a little senile these days.
You know what? I think he is. I read an article.
No, I'm serious. Like he's got
I know.
some stuff going.
He's got like dysphagia, or it's like he can't memorize lines as well.
That and he's got there's something else like an actual like a health issue. Didn't he get cancer or something got diagnosed? I thought he got diagnosed with something else too. But anyway.
Yeah.
So I'll do a really quick grievance because this one really got me laughing at the stupidity behind it and really the gall behind the person who got the thing wrong. So I won't name the pizza place, but I'm going to say it's a pizza place because it's part of the story of why. So I called this place to pick up a pizza that I could take and bake at our house. There's a whole bunch of places like that. It's not Papa Murphy's. It's one that has the option of both, so you have to specify.
I didn't know this was the thing.
I didn't
Yeah, so there's but if you think of like the pizza places in the area that are local places, there's probably 5 or 6 of them that you can order and do a pickup order and take it home and take it back.
Yeah.
That are not Papa Murphy's.
Okay.
So anyway, because of that, you have to specify when you call an order so that they know that it's in take and bake pizza.
Sure.
So
what else would you use?
It's a restaurant. I know what it is.
So
I think I got drunk on the roof of this place once.
perhaps. So I call in and it's like 2:30 in the afternoon. And I'm like, hey, and it's happened before where I've specified like an unbaked pizza. And then all of a sudden it comes out and it's hot. And I'm like, it's 2 in the afternoon. And I have a hot pizza in my hand. You know, it doesn't make a lot of sense, does it, dude? So, because when that happens, I always do this. Yes, I'd like to pick up a take and bake pizza, 12-inch, whatever. Here's our toppings, and please and thank you. All right, recites the order back, and I'm like, thank you for putting that unbaked pizza order in for me.
Did you
So
really
I
say that?
I always do it because they screwed it up one time. So I get there. It's 2:45 in the afternoon. I go pick it up. Boiling hot pizza in my hand. I'm like, hey, this isn't supposed to be cooked.
Sure.
And he's like, it'll be up right away. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, you have to really specify if you don't want it. I'm like, I did. Twice. It's also 2:30 in the afternoon. Do you think I want a hot pie at 2:30 in the afternoon? And I looked at my receipt. On it, it said take and bake.
Sure.
Dude, you were wrong.
Yeah.
And you were a dick about it.
Yeah.
So maybe just, you know what? I'm really sorry. I must have got that wrong.
Right.
Because it's on the receipt. Obviously, I'm the idiot who punched
Shit
it and didn't
happens.
listen. But anyway,
He even could have blamed it on somebody else.
He could have
didn't
blamed
have to
it on
take the
something
heat.
else. But he had to make it like, sir, you really have to specify on the phone. Anyway.
Oh, speaking of pizza, though,
Okay.
here's a nice thing. I am notoriously a big tipper. I believe in that.
too.
I believe because even
Minimum
the difference
20%.
at least, usually 30%. And again, the difference between a holy shit tip and a normal tip is only a couple bucks.
Right.
But if everyone did it, this person made an extra $100 a day.
Right.
So I always tip big. But I had my last show of the year was on December 23rd. And I got home that night. It's like 11 o'clock. I hadn't eaten dinner that day because you know how shows go. You don't have time. And I told her, we should order pizza. But the weather was shitty. It's freezing cold.
Yeah.
It's almost Christmas. So I decide I'm going to tip this pizza person $20 just because it's nice. And I have the 20 in my hand, knock on the door. I open the door and they go, hey, you're Christopher Gold. And I go, yeah, here. I gave him $20. And now word is out. Yeah, I delivered a pizza to that guy. $20, dude. $20. He must be doing way better than he really is.
Let's start the,
Do you have a song for us?
well, it's playing, but I think our thing is out. So we're just going to let this imaginary song, which is very calm, relaxing.
Is this the conspiracy theory one?
Conspiracy? Yeah or no? Is that what we're calling it?
Conspiracy theory, yeah or no?
Okay.
Anyways, conspiracy theory, yeah or
So
no?
I was thinking we should put some just general guidelines on how the format will work. So conspiracy should be the way the question is phrased should be a yes or no answer.
Yes.
And then after we've all given our answer, the person who had asked the question does a 1 to 2 sentence confirmation or summary of why they posed the question and why they believe it to be one way or the other. So that way it doesn't get into a huge debate. It's more about, and then we can ask each other, does that change your opinion? If not.
Exactly. Because, And in keeping with the spirit of this podcast, it's got to be fun.
And we'll keep it fun.
So none of this, no harmful conspiracies, nothing terribly sad, which is why we're going to start with conspiracy theory, yeah or no, ghosts.
Ghosts. Starring
Yeah
Ginger.
or no?
Ginger Stick is going
In
to
your
start.
thickest Wisconsin accent.
Say it, then Chris goes first. I'll go second.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Ask the question. What was the...
I guess I didn't know we were posing a question, so I will just post this question of, do you guys believe that ghosts are real?
I'm going to say no.
It comes down to the energy entity thing. And
Yeah or no?
Yeah.
Grapes.
Okay, so you
So
said...
Adam is yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Here is your now official reasoning behind
Hit us up with a 2 to 3 sentence. Why, yeah?
2 to 3
or a
sentences.
very brief.
I will tell my brief experiences.
Oh,
with
yeah. If you
them.
have a firsthand
Oh, yeah,
experience,
for sure.
Hit me hard.
Yes.
So, hopefully this doesn't go too long. I'll make it short. So I worked at the Cigar Lounge downtown, you guys know, for like 8 years. And they didn't start right away, but when I think my first one was just hearing footsteps when I was the only one in there. I would come in the morning, do the dishes, get ready to open the shop. I brought this up to every other employee there, including the owner, and they all said they've had similar or unexplainable experiences happen when they're in the shop. This was from footsteps to voices to seeing apparitions. They didn't clear up what that exactly meant, but I'll get into that.
You didn't
momentarily. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. Well, I remember one. So, I'll give a couple of my probably creepiest experiences. So, one morning I got the dishes done, went upstairs to restock the beer cooler, and we have businesses on either side. We had Mill Creek, we have Sal's Pizza, neither of which at that point anybody was in there. In either of them, maybe there was somebody cleaning Mill Creek. But I got upstairs with the beer to restock. I opened the door, and I heard talking. But it was what I equate to a German language. It sounded very Germanic.
Sprechen Sie Ghost.
Yes. Between two different people. So this went on until I closed the door, open it back up, I hear the same exact stuff.
This new Kanye is good, yes?
And it was a man and a woman talking. And I only know of a woman that cleans Mill Creek in the morning, and nobody is over at Sal's that early. Another one that I had was we had an alarm panel that every night before we left, you have to punch in the code on this panel, and it was manual buttons. It wasn't like a touch screen thing or anything. And every button you push, there is a beep. And as I was walking to the back to shut all the lights off, I hear all 5 buttons being pushed, all 5 beeps, and then the alarm arms itself. This never happened before. It never happened again since that one time. It wasn't a battery thing or anything like that. And I would say my last couple that I really remember are I was in there. After my shift had gotten done, I ordered a Jimmy John sub, sat in the back room, had my dinner after finishing my shift, crinkled up the wrapper, put it on the wooden coffee table. All of the smoke eater machines that are on the ceiling were turned off. There was no AC on. All of a sudden, my wrapper started rolling across the table, like all the way across. It wasn't just like sitting on a corner, like halfway across and rolled onto the floor. A little bit later, probably 10 minutes later, we have these heavy freestanding ashtrays all over the whole entire business.
I remember those.
And they can't be knocked over unless somebody runs into them, a door hits them, or something.
Big, heavy.
Right, big, heavy metal ashtrays. One that's sitting back by the poker table, right by the door to go to the back room, which is closed. It just randomly tips over all on its own, out of nowhere. So I just think, with everybody kind of corroborating the same stories there and having my own personal experiences with it, in my opinion, they are real or something, there's something to it.
Energy.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I would be curious, and my only comment, because I am supportive of the same viewpoint, is that I'd be curious if previous history of ownership was like a German family, which is very common, obviously, around Wisconsin. If there was some sort of German ownership in that building at some point,
right.
Or German, owned business, or maybe not the building owners, but tenant. But you get to yes.
Yeah, I will say.
Interject.
That's a fantastic. I'm not objecting. That's a fantastic story, and it's fun to hear. It's a movie I would watch. I get like my nature though. Just has so many other follow-up questions. Like, if there are ghosts, where are they coming? Like, does everyone turn into a ghost? And if so, there's more people every generation. Why aren't we just overwhelmed with ghosts?
I can give
you.
you.
When do they interact with you? And when do they? Because like, have you ever had an encounter anywhere other than the cigar shop?
Not that I'm aware of. Not that I remember.
Doesn't that seem notable though? But you know what's curious about ghost encounters? They did not. In your story, they did not do anything that you could like easily describe as like aggressive or menacing. But everyone who encountered them was afraid.
Well, and that was the thing, is I never felt afraid.
Oh,
I always just
that's
felt,
notable.
that's strange. Mine was more auditory stuff.
But conditioning of what you've seen or believe ghosts to be is impact of how you react to something.
And it's just
like
a human, like the unknown.
Right. The unknown
default
puts
to
people in
fear.
a panic state. Absolutely.
I have another follow-up question. And maybe this is a good indicator in the future, conspiracy theory, yeah or no, should be limited to one topic because it's going to generate discussion. But here's my question. Believing in ghosts as you do, and as like, to be fair, like Tori does too. so I'm not like judgmental of people that do. Does that have implications for like, do you think we go somewhere then when we die?
Well, that's what somebody has brought up. Is it a more religious thing to believe in ghosts? And I am not a religious person at all. I don't believe in it.
Well, it comes with the implication that there is something else.
And
some people don't make it there.
Energy has to go somewhere
in
general.
I will say I don't believe in a heaven or hell scenario, but
you're agnostic about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think to me it's impossible to be an atheist about it because you can never prove it.
Yeah. The extent of I say I'm an agnostic because you can't disprove anything, but I'm atheistic towards all the explanations that have been offered to me so far.
Right.
Yes, I'm in the exact same boat.
There might be something. It ain't that thing with the snake.
It ain't that thing that makes you go sit in a church on Christmas and listen to a bunch of songs about.
Sure. I love a nice shot of grape juice. Don't get me wrong. So that's interesting. Maybe someday we'll do a yeah or no afterlife.
That's a good one.
In the meantime, you were excited about a conspiracy theory, yeah or no?
Yeah. Conspiracy theory, yeah or no. And I will first start with the current accepted answer around the JFK assassination, which is that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone. But as we also know, that story doesn't line up when you look at all the facts, and more facts continue to come out.
Sure.
Through the Freedom of Information Act. And
FOIA.
Yes. So now, over the last 60 years, more and more information is coming out that is sort of pointing to the CIA as the culprit of how this was done. Lee Harvey Oswald, on record, already worked for the CIA. Having said that, conspiracy theory, JFK was killed by the CIA, yeah or no?
And see, I say I believe in ghosts, so it'd be probably sound stupid of me to say no.
No, it's not stupid. It's a yeah or no.
I right now where I sit with it, because I don't know a lot about it, I'm going to still say no.
Okay.
I'm going to...
Yeah or no?
Right. But I'm going to give you a yeah or no, but I'm going to preface it with the reason I'm picking this one is because I have a specific follow-up question that I've been thinking about since you told us what you're... I'm going to say no.
Okay. Reasoning for no.
My follow-up question is, everyone who was involved is dead now. So I'm just curious, and I have a similar curiosity, and this will be a longer conversation for another day. Why don't the aliens just land on the White House lawn and go, "What up, bitches?" Why doesn't the CIA just come? Like, there's been a lot of gnarly Gulf of Tonkin type shit
that the CIA
that the government has done.
No, the CIA specifically has done and coordinated.
That they have copped to. Mm-hmm. What would be...
They have killed American citizens before.
And they've copped to it, which is important. MK Ultra, they copped to it.
Why not? After what? Why did they cop to MK? Why did they Ultra?
Because so much like information came out, it was like undeniable. Yeah. Well, now that all this stuff... Why not just go like, yep, back in the day, they're all dead now. There were some bad dudes working for the CIA, and yeah, they did it. What a bunch of dicks, right?
Here's what I thought you were going to ask.
Okay.
Why?
Well, there's plenty of reasons to do it.
No, but why would the CIA do it? What would be their motivation there?
Well, I think at the time, the CIA would have just been the arm of an entire government that wanted it done.
They were separate from... So the CIA really doesn't answer to very many... Part of the CIA answers to some of the government, but most of it doesn't.
Sure.
They work opposite and differently from the FBI. They work opposite and differently from Homeland Security. Mm-hmm. They work and operate separate from the Department of Defense.
Sure. You know, can I tell you one thing that like changed? Because I used to be like, yeah, for sure. One of the things that changed my thoughts on it was Dax Shepard has Armchair Expert. And occasionally they do a special episode called Armchaired and Dangerous. And they do a deep dive into a conspiracy theory. And they did this one. And what I learned was not about Lee Harvey Oswald, about Jack Ruby.
Yeah.
He, as we all know, killed Lee Harvey Oswald.
Yep.
Supposedly.
Allegedly.
And the if you listen to this podcast, apparently like he just happened to stop by the police station that day, and Lee Harvey Oswald was supposed to have already been moved, and Jack Ruby had no way of knowing that he would still even be there. So I'm just, and I know, I've seen X-Files. I know.
Teamster.
I'm saying. Well, he was also like a hothead. He was always fighting everybody. But like, my thing is, with all conspiracy theories, two people can't fucking keep a secret. How many people, to flip it, how many people in the CIA do you think
Knew about it?
Yeah.
Those who needed to know.
Which is roughly, spitball it, 20?
Less than 10.
Less than 10?
That are making that type of decision for sure. See, you got to understand, like, they operate in silos across that for their own security of information.
Sure, the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing.
Right.
It's
But
plausible
by
deniability
security
and that
reason,
kind of
that's
thing.
a good
Sure.
way- yeah.
Do you think Jack Ruby was part of it, or was that just like a happy accident? We were going to kill Lee Harvey Oswald in prison anyways, and this hothead Texan guy did it for us.
There's more than meets the eye there. So, no. You don't think the CIA...
Hinky shit's going on. I don't feel comfortable saying it was the CIA. Because a lot of people say it was the mafia. A lot of people say it was Castro. Like I don't think Lee Harvey Oswald
acted alone.
Managed this on his own. I don't think it's like...
The official outcome is not.
I mean, just what that bullet did, I think is weird enough. But also the fact that like, we've all seen...
Back into the left.
We've all seen that is one magic loogie. We've all seen documentaries about like the kind of gun is not even super capable of firing that many shots that fast, that accurately. Yeah. It's a whole thing.
Yeah. Anyway, we can leave that one, but something to look into.
You think CIA?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. So anyway, if in the lens of history, our government and military-industrial complex loves to be at war. It's a huge industry.
That's true.
A lot of people making money.
Yep.
And if you have a president who's trying to stop you from doing that, then you're probably the enemy to a lot of people with a lot of money and a lot of power who work in the CIA and work in these other government agencies. But anyway, I think that it's starting to narrow in that direction, and the new information that's recently came out continues to point towards members of the CIA in an organizational effort to and a motivation to do it.
Okay. Here's an interesting way, I think, for the segment to always end. It'll start with conspiracy. It ends with most people don't believe most things all the way. So maybe we go around again and go like on ghosts. You do like, are you 80-20? Like 80% that was a fucking ghost, 20% weird shit happens, shadows, someone was next door. What percentage like, no, that was fucking ghosts?
I'll go with your 80-20. Okay. I can't prove it, but I also can't prove that it wasn't.
Okay. And I would go like 25-75. Maybe it was ghosts. Maybe. I don't know.
I wasn't there, but the concept, I'd say, I'm more positive that there's energy entities. I don't know about your situation because I wasn't there.
What percentage? Definitely the CIA. Do you allow for any percentage of like
90-10?
90-10, like 10%.
New evidence could. Yeah.
That guy got lucky, got off all those shots. Bullets are known to do weird shit. They bounce off bones.
There's a 0% chance that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone.
Really? 0%?
Acted alone?
Yeah.
Absolutely. He didn't do all that himself.
That.
The shots. No.
But what else is there? A guy walks a rifle up some stairs, gets off a couple lucky shots. I think
there's definitely multiple shooters. Based on what's all the new information that's come out is that there was probably multiple shooters, and that's a lot of things that have come out in the last 30 years have kind of said, okay, well, we need to investigate these other people that are multiple people involved in this thing. That's what's been coming out more and more is that he couldn't have acted alone, but the official ruling is sort of like, well, he did it. He's the guy. We got him.
Sure. But I always wonder, like, why not frame more than one guy then? And just bury the conspiracy theory there were multiple shooters. Like, of course there were.
The public gets their guy and they move on. They don't
let him get two guys, though.
But, if it's an inside job, make
okay.
it one.
I'm going to go 90-10. 90-10, there is definitely a JFK conspiracy of some kind, and there wasn't a single shooter. 10%, this crazy bastard got so lucky getting these shots off.
Those shots.
And they bounce. There are known cases of like, let's do weird shit. JFK percentages.
I'll stick with my 80-20. Now more that, because I haven't dove super deep into it.
There's a lot there.
Exactly.
Just check out the CIA specific stuff.
Well, I think now I wouldn't say I'm more involved in politics, but more aware of how shady all of it is, it's not very unlikely.
Last one. What percentage aliens assassinated JFK?
Aliens assassinated JFK? I haven't looked into that one.
So 0, 100?
Probably 0 at this point.
Crunchy Corner.
Crunchy Corner.
We need a Crunchy Corner song.
Well, let me see what we got. Can we get a Crunchy Corner? I don't know what that is.
You need like a crunch sound tape board for that board.
I think if there's like a literal song. That's kind of crunchy. There's gotta be like a clip of like South Park hippies going, "This is a crunchy groove, man." I bet there is for sure.
Well, for this week we've got Herr's Creamy Ranch Habanero.
I thought,
Once again, at Menards.
yeah, and we talked about this last time. I thought this was a fake brand invented for TV, like the 555 area code.
They're very real.
Or yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yep.
Did you know that movie Bruce Almighty, when it came out in theaters, they forgot to do 555 and they used some poor bastard's real phone number
Really?
for God's pager?
All right, if I have to get up with diarrhea, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
We'll see what
We're all
happens.
making
You gotta
sacrifices.
speak positivity into the world, man.
No, I've had a gargly stomach this whole time. This might just set it over
tum
the
rums?
edge. Yeah. And the hot
rumbles.
snakes, as you call
Tum
it.
rums and hot sticks.
You watched
Bubble gut,
Letterkenny
yeah.
yet? I haven't watched it yet.
The first episode is about chips.
Hey,
That's all I'll say. It's really good.
Those are very tasty.
yeah, it's a nice pairing of flavors. The habanero and the ranch, they're complementary. Who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl this year? And we all hope the Packers will, but who do you think?
The NFL.
Who? I'm good.
CIA,
Thank you.
probably.
Probably
Fucking-
CAA.
Um,
Probably Elvis.
I'm gonna throw a wild card out. No,
NFC?
maybe not a wild card. I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
What?
NFC, San Francisco.
Yeah.
AFC. I just think the Chiefs are ready.
I don't think they have a defense for it.
They don't, but their offense is.
Well, yeah.
My thing with the Chiefs is they just don't. You know how the Raiders don't know how to win? The Chiefs don't know how to lose. They just like no matter what you do, the Chiefs are going to win that game. Might be ugly, it might be whatever,
Their
but like
quarterback just.
Travis Kelce fascinates me because you watch him play, and it doesn't look like he's doing. He doesn't look terribly fast. He doesn't look terribly like quick, but he just keeps.
Just gets it done.
Yeah, it's remarkable.
For a guy his size, he's very fast. He's a super athletic.
Yeah,
So
here's a good chip.
Yeah, I need a couple more of those.
Yeah.
Those are really good.
Oh,
I mean, they're getting hotter.
Those are very good.
got a new tagline for hers. Worth the diarrhea.
Oh, but hopefully not.
Well, then if you're doing the marketing strategy, just partner with Imodium. You know, buy 2 bags of Herr's chips, get 1 free sample of Imodium.
Yeah, this is almost like a set. That's a good chip.
Way to go, Hersh.
Yeah, man.
Really up in
They
it.
also have a flavor called sweet corn.
Get it, dude.
Ooh,
More corn flavored stuff.
It tastes like sweet
Corn
corn.
on a pizza. Been there?
amazing.
So good. It's fantastic. Canadian bacon and corn.
Really? I can't
So
do
good.
Canadian bacon. I don't really like
love it.
slabs of ham in general.
Oh, yeah.
It's got to be. You can't have deli ham. It's got to be a hot, thick, smoked slice of ham. It's the only way to do it.
Or like so thin that it's only like flavor and crisp. You know what I mean? I can't do
bacon.
like, I could never in a million do like a ham sandwich. It's all veiny and. bleh.
Ooh, it's all veiny.
So, anyways, just to put a nice bow on it, Adam, we didn't hear from you. How would you fuck a pie?
How would I fuck a pie?
Would a la mode or no?
No.
After, maybe. You look so disappointed. I love it.
No, I would. I mean, the movie's proven that it works. I'd stick with it. You don't need to complicate it. Lay a pie down.
Do you
go
eat
to
the
town.
pie after?
I mean, there's an important question to ask. How much sex did you have with the pie?
And did the tinfoil at the bottom of the pan hurt?
Oh God,
That's my thing. Pie is so shallow,
it is very shallow.
Keep stubbing yourself.
Sam.
It couldn't be good.
right?
It'd be like a crock pot.
You gotta get like a McDonald's apple pie,
Right.
Are you talking about a hand pie now?
hand pie.
Yeah. Could you use a hand
He
pie?
should have been fucking McDonald's pie.
Yep. Or a McRib.
Ugh.
They can't get grosser.
So gross. The McRib is back. Ugh.
Who's eating that thing?
A lot of people.
I can't imagine. I mean, I will with empathy go like, it looks good. I just know that it's not. Like and why did they shape it like ribs?
There's a lot of things that look good.
It is
Like
fake
a lots of
Walmart.
matzo pizza looks good, and that is fucking
One
trash.
that- here's a good question. What's a thing that you know you don't want to eat that sometimes you want to eat? Mine is KFC. I never want to eat at KFC, but I drive past it sometimes and I smell it and I go, ooh, that's pretty good, but I know it's not, and I'm not going in there. Fazoli's
Oh.
Oh yeah,
smells so good.
I will say
You know what Fazoli's is Italian for, right? Food poisoning.
I'm saying I'm not eating there, but you drive by it and you're like, oh, that smells pretty good.
Well, it's like Victoria's. The place is fucking garbage, but it smells great.
that was gonna be mine. It smells fantastic, but oh my god,
I have a Victoria's
that
story.
food is fucking garbage. It is so garbage.
I equated my kidney stone to Victoria's because I got it right after. I know that
I
would
had a
never
kidney
happen.
stone. It's terrible, right?
That's an awful experience.
So I played a
Hey, you
charity
been
show.
to Victoria's? Best Italian food I ever had.
This is a true story.
Have you had Italian food?
I played a charity show, and they had a raffle thing. And just to like support, I was like, Oliver, why don't you go buy some tickets and just put in the things? It'd be nice. And we won a gift card to Victoria's. And I went up to collect it, and the woman looks at it and goes, oh, Victoria's, I work there. Don't get the chicken. What?
Whoa.
And I feel like when I was a kid, Victoria's was a treat.
Oh,
It's
people
like,
love
well,
it.
you got
People
food
still,
for a
it's
week.
always full.
It's always busy.
Yep.
Well, because it scratches the itch of the Wisconsin eater, which is
lots
Every-
of
food for
Yes.
a value dollar, regardless
It's
of
not
quality.
very good, but it comes in a bucket.
It comes in a trough. And you just like Golden Corral, but not quite as trashy.
Never will go. No thanks.
And by the way,
Hard
just
pass.
stuff your fucking gullet with breadsticks. Also, yeah, man, I don't know.
I will.
It's always busy. It's in a good spot.
Yeah. I will say now too that
It goes to the valley.
supper clubs undoubtedly have the best French fries in the world.
Dip them in some tartar sauce, dude. Oh, the crinkly ones in some tartar
Every
sauce.
supper club, they're amazing.
Hot take: crinkle fries are garbage
Oh,
in general. Come on.
I'm gonna say it's not the cut; it's the cook.
Yes.
Any kind of fry, if it's cooked perfectly, it's good. But to your point, I used to work at a supper club when I was a kid, Venables, and me and this other guy, part of our job was that we'd come in on Mondays and like clean the place, and then the guy would make us fries afterwards. It was fantastic.
I don't know what it is, but we went to. So I used to go to Out of Town Club all the time when I was a kid. That's all I
believe
would
it's
get.
out O-Town.
Out O-Town Club. And all I would get is a plate of fries. Then we went to Altoona Supper Club it's right by Crivets. Altoona, yeah.
Altoona. What do you have?
It was
It's Altoona.
the burger and fries. The fries just fucking
sandwich?
stole the show.
Yeah.
So good. I don't know what it is about Supper Club fries.
So here's a question:
Yeah.
favorite kind of fry?
Like, are we talking location or style?
No, just style. Or it could be a style or a specific place.
I
a big
think,
question.
and it's rare, and it's probably from when I was a kid, because the quality has gone way down. But like, if I could time travel to 1998 and get perfect McDonald's French fries, that's a good fry.
Yeah. I would say for me,
Wendy's has good fries.
Yes, I don't mind.
They still have potato butts on them.
So this is.
the way.
You guys won't know this place. There's a place called Tucker's in Fond du Lac.
I know all about Tuckers. You pass it on the way to Mike's. You say that's like the best burger ever, right?
Best burger and best fries.
Okay.
They have seasoned fries, which are a little bit spicy,
I like it.
but delicious and always crispy.
Okay.
But they're not curly fries. Like usually, like the Arby's curly fries are like seasoned and spicy, but that's what Tucker's does. But they're not curly. They're just fucking good.
Oh, okay.
So I think you can get curly fries there too, but there's regular seasoned fries. But
We
anyway,
should go there sometime.
We should, dude.
We can go visit
gotta
Andrew
there.
at Mike's.
Yeah, we got to go to Tucker's. But anyway, I really like Five Guys.
I was going to
fries.
say, Five Guys has a good fry.
And I found out why. It's because they soak all of their fries in ice cold water overnight to get all the starch out of it, which makes them crispy and buttery when you eat them.
Indeed. Do you ever get the seasoning? No. They have a special, what kind is it? Can you Google it? Produce this thing, man.
Get fucked.
Cajun.
Oh,
They got
yes,
Cajun
yes.
fries.
Honestly,
Get fucked.
it looks
sorry.
It looks scary. It looks scary, and you probably don't want to go in there. But Nico Zero's excellent
Oh, yeah.
Cajun fries.
Yep.
Yeah. In
Excellent
Oshkosh?
Cajun fries. Well, the one in Appleton, either one. Excellent Cajun fries.
Where's the one in Appleton?
It's right by Xavier High School.
Oh yeah, I
The
didn't
sign
know.
has fallen.
Well, there's never anybody there. I didn't know they were still open.
They're still open.
Plus, there's like 2 or 3 other places to get a euro in Appleton. that are
Right, but
probably
there's
better.
they're the only ones that had like Cajun fries.
Sure.
Although Joseph's fries or seasoned fries are very good too.
I get excited when I see a waffle fry, but then I have 1 or 2 and I'm like, no, that's
Do you
just a
guys
lot of
remember-
potato.
Do you guys remember the Mojo potatoes at Shakey's?
I've never been to
No.
Shakey's.
But I do remember Shakey's, but not
Do
so
you,
much a potato.
so they were like thick, like cuts of like thin, long. They were like breaded and seasoned, and they were deep fried.
Ooh.
No Shakey's for you?
Never been to a Shakey's. I don't know if they were still like
haven't been to
around when I
Shakey's,
moved
yep.
here. It's like a Midwest thing.
No, they were all over, but there was a ton of them around here. The couple franchise owners around here. It was
Yeah.
awesome. Like,
I know
they're-
Tori speaks very fondly of it. People love that place.
We did Grievances. We did Crunchy Corner. We did Conspiracy, yeah or no. We did Packers. Any quick final shout outs to anything?
Everybody go listen to Modest Mouse.
Yeah, everyone just listen to Modest Mouse. Drink it in.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
What were you saying? Did we what?
Any positive local experiences, restaurants or otherwise?
We say it every day, like almost like they're paying us, and they're not. Basil's just so fucking good.
I know.
I can't even hang anymore. Like it's just so. It's one of those things like you like gotta grip the table because you're like, fuck,
It's so good. It's so good. Well, with that, we can wrap it up. If everybody's good, we'll hope for a Packers victory and perhaps a playoffs.
Last question.
Yeah.
Here's how the podcast is gonna end today. It's for you.
Oh, good.
You're gonna enjoy this stuff. We find a lamp, right? We're playing a show somewhere, and in
Yeah.
the green room there's a lamp.
Yeah.
And we rub it, and a genie comes out.
Okay.
And he says, "Oh my God, you're Andrew Zimmerman from the New Old Things." And you go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, I got a deal for you. Either you can know the truth about JFK and aliens, but the Packers will never win another Super Bowl, or
Packers
vice
win a
versa.
Super Bowl. Come on. Super Bowl.
And you never get to find out
I don't. No.
ever.
No, I don't care. I want Super Bowls.
Wow,
I'd rather have Super Bowls.
that surprises me a great deal.
Because I think the truth will eventually come out.
But I'm saying it won't. He tells you nobody will ever find out.
Oh, I just want to win. I'm wearing a fake Packers winter helmet right now. I just want him to win. I'm not wearing a JFK.
Did you make that yourself?
Not wearing a JFK alien hat right now or a JFK alien T-shirt underneath here.
You should.
Packer stuff. Maybe I should.
Yeah, dude.
Shit. No,
Nobody
this was
buy a
an-
Keyshawn Nixon jersey.
This was
No,
an eBay.
I
This was
won't.
an eBay buy, and then I bought the patches separately, and then Sarah's mom put them on the side. Like a helmet
beautiful.
for me. And it's
I like it.
reversible actually, but this is the side I chose for the helmet.
So what do I do with my Smith jersey now? It's been thrown in the corner of a closet since week 1. It has not been
Remove the
touched.
name, burn it, and never speak about it again.
Okay.
Well, anyway, let's wrap this shit show up. Let's get a Packer W and go Pack.
Go back.
Go
Float on.
Pack.
3, 2, 1.